Hello, entrepreneurs, dreamers, business owners, and happy people with high hopes. Welcome to Cashflows with your host, Cash Matthews.
All right, good morning and glad you're here today. Welcome to Cashflows. I'm your host today, Cash Matthews, and we are here to explore some of those life questions that seem to be relevant to people. We want to talk what is important to people. So those could be questions about life or business or fun or your health, but we call that the good life and the pursuit of the good life. And so we're glad you're here. And, we like to visit with people that maybe, I don't know, have you ever felt stalled out? Or like you're walking through mud and it's just not happening. And I don't know, for me, I'd always wished I could just copy off of my neighbor like I did in the third grade and figure out how some of this stuff actually works in life. And so we do that here at Cashflows. And we think you're going to love it if you're somebody who has been stuck like many of us have before you. And our philosophy is fire, aim, ready. And so often, we have these beautiful dreams and goals and aspirations, and somehow we just get stuck making them happen. And I've been that way, and I think many people listening today are that same way. So we bring entrepreneurs and leaders and people that are doing good things in life, and we squeeze them for information, and we get to know them a little bit better. Yeah, we just find people who've made progress, and maybe they'll invite us along that same trail, so we learn from them. And they've run the race in front of us, and so that's cool. So we call that Cashflows and fire, aim, ready. And today we are going to get fired up with my co-conspirator in all things podcast, Mr. Kenneth Bockham. Kenneth, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, where's our studio audience?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there we go. I can't believe we were muting them.
I like them.
Yeah, they are good folks.
They look
Kenneth,
good.
How's everything with you, friend?
Everything's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. Yeah, just, recording podcasts, having a good day.
I was late last night. I was thinking about you.
Oh, yeah?
And I was working on the old Apple II.
Oh, okay.
And had it on the dial-up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's hear that sound a little
yeah.
bit. I like that sound. Yeah. So that's what's going on in my world, and I'm thinking about Kenneth. And I get logged in, and I get into a private chat room.
Right.
And I've got a buddy named Hink Dog. That's legitimately his name. You've met him, actually.
Hink Dog.
Hink Dog. Yeah, Hink Dog was kind of in this chat room, and he's like, "Hey, man, that Kenneth guy's pretty fascinating."
He's so cool.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. And he's like, "I'd like to get a message to him. Could he write this message down and ask Kenneth on the next podcast?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I could probably do that for you, John. What's the message? I wrote it right here."
Oh, okay.
Let me get to it here.
You gonna read that for us?
Yeah, I've got it right here. He's like, "Hey, Kenneth, what's a guy like you doing in a nice place like this?"
Oh, Hink Dog. Thanks for asking. So we talk about this. We talked in one of our other episodes how I kind of do a lot of different things. And sometimes it's like a job promotion. Sometimes it's something different, right? So today I am the ambassador for the Galactic Federation of Ticklish People.
Ooh.
Which just, I want to be clear, I'm not the tickler. I'm just the ambassador for the group.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's a pretty pretty good position. How do you achieve that?
Well, it's complicated. We should probably talk about it sometime when we have another 4 hours to spend. But yeah, definitely takes a little bit of work. Get your resume to the right space.
Right.
It is galactic, so it's not just it's out of this world, really.
Well, okay, the Galactic, yes, ambassador for the Galactic Federation of People who are ticklish.
Yeah, of ticklish people.
Is there an acronym for that? The AOCAPATIT or something, or what is it? Okay, got it. Thank you for that, man. Well, hey, on behalf of Hink Dog, thank you for sharing that. Maybe
absolutely. I hope that helps him out and
it does
gets us down the road.
All right. Well, we're excited to bring to you one of our favorite people, and Teresa McConnell is levelupcleaningtulsa.com. We're going to meet her here in just a second, but most of our guests we've met through this crazy event called the B.O.N.G.
Love the B.O.N.G.
And I think we met you at the B.O.N.G. And so today we want to introduce Teresa, who's one of our favorite people. And she has a company called Level Up Cleaning, levelupcleaningtulsa.com, or on Google at levelupcleaningtulsa.com.
.com.
Google.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
I don't use Google. I'm the one guy that doesn't use it. I'm still on Bing.
Google's where it all is.
Is Bing still a thing?
Yes,
Yeah, Bing is.
it
Still
is, but I have to hit the button for it anyway.
Yeah, people use Bing.
Yeah.
Okay,
And more people than just like, Bing Crosby or
Oh.
I just made that up. I don't know.
Okay, all
I
right.
thought everybody used Go. Is that one?
Oh yeah. DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo, yeah.
Yeah.
I use
That's another one.
GoDuckGo. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
faster. All right. Well, we want to introduce Teresa. And Teresa, you and I met at this crazy event called the Bong.
We did.
And we've developed a friendship.
We have.
And
yes.
I've learned a lot of stuff about you. And you've learned a lot of stuff about me. And we don't hate each other.
It's
At
true.
all.
We're here in a 3x3 room with each other. Also,
It got smaller.
Well, this is
last
actually,
time.
I don't know if anybody knows this, if you can see it. This is the tornado shelter
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
my garage, and we're in here right now. So
Nice.
it's a little,
You've really dressed it up.
yeah, it looks pretty nice.
Most
the
shelters are
walls.
kind of boring. This one it's good.
Well, food, clothing, and storm shelters.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
those are the basics
That's
of
what I've
life. But Teresa, we want to learn about your business and about you. I want to hear, like, I love talking to people and the Bong has grown so big because of people like you that just keep telling their friends about it. Tell us a little bit about your own experience at the Bong. I know your business has grown. You've made a lot of friends. Talk to us about the Bong for a minute.
Okay, the Bong. Oh my gosh. My friend Liliana invited me to the Bong, and I think I was in the Facebook group for maybe 6 months before I ever came to an event.
Oh, wow.
And I was just blown away about how friendly people were.
Right.
And I didn't see business cards or anybody trying to sell anything. And it's just great. I've learned so much from you.
Well, thank you for that.
I have. I
That-
go on Facebook every morning and I say happy birthday to people.
You know,
I do. It's just
just
little nuggets like that.
it's one of the great things about life. If you just go be nice to enough people,
Yes.
things kind of start to happen. So Liliana is on our show coming up, right?
Yeah.
Liliana Gulo, photographer and a
Mhm.
great friend to the Bong Group. We're
Mhm.
excited to have her.
Yeah.
So you got here to this before she did.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. Got to this. This is the only thing I beat her to.
Well, that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
she is awesome. So you said something interesting that, like, hey, I got to the Bong Group and there weren't business cards
Yes.
and there weren't people really trying to sell something.
Nobody was selling. Everybody was like, hey, there was some great food.
Hey, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think that's what's
Yeah.
been great about the Bong. And I am not great at very many things, but I am really great at hanging out with my friends.
Right.
Are you the same way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, how much skill does it take to go, hey, want some coffee? And
Right.
I don't recall. Have you been to one of the breakfasts at our house?
I have.
Yeah, I
I
thought
have,
you had.
yes, on the walking around, yes.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that is and we're not doing it to build a business, but
Mm-hmm.
a business gets built because we do it.
It does.
And-
And you make great friends.
Yeah, and we're here together in my storm cellar. So, well, we're glad on behalf of the Bong Group. We're very glad you're here.
I'm grateful you started it.
Well, and I want to say that one more time, just in public. Katie and I did start it. We held the first event, but it's everybody else in the group that created it. They're the ones like you and Liliana and Kenneth who invited their friends and taught them how to be nice to each other. And I don't know. I think we're going back to a gentler, more beautiful time.
Oh, I hope so.
Let's just all be nice to each other and hang out. This is one more Bong story. My dad died a couple months ago, and the people lined up to take care of us. And I was uncomfortable with it. People, they did a meal
Meal train?
train. I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
say
yeah.
meal subway,
Right.
meal
Mhm.
bus.
Yeah.
Sorry, my transportation food combos are way off.
Mhm.
And then, like, there was one night Kyle Sullivan knocks on the door at 8:00. Hey, man, I'm just coming to hang out. Move over. I'm coming in. And when you start to make friends, your friends know what you need.
Right.
And so we built a pretty good life, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I just pray that we have more and more of it. Well, we want to talk about your business, Level Up Cleaning Tulsa, levelupcleaningtulsa.com.
Level up.
So you're in the
cleaning
cleaning
Tulsa.com.
business.
I am in the cleaning business.
And which inevitably means you make people happy
I do.
because there are three things. Well, there's four things that are game changers.
Mhm.
Fresh haircut, just got one.
Woot woot.
Same.
Clean car, clean house is unbelievable, and warm sheets right out of the dryer.
Oh,
Help
gosh.
us.
Man, like that's the good life.
And thick socks.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay,
there's
five.
five things.
Five
Five
things.
great things in life. All right. Well, we want to talk about business, and I just
Okay.
want a little bit about when you started Level Up Cleaning, and I want to hear a little bit about the time frame of that. And we're going to ask about you. We're digging in today.
Okay, let's
The,
go.
the the kid gloves are off,
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
but we want to talk about your cleaning business for a second because there's
Okay.
there's a lot going on, and so let's. How'd you get started?
Okay. Try to make a long story short. I have always been in some kind of service business. I
Right.
started off waiting tables. I've groomed dogs. I dog sit. I've always been in the service business.
Right.
Um, the cleaning business started when a friend of mine, Cheryl Bauman, director of crisis pregnancy outreach, she had neck surgery. I was living in a sober house and I was basically unemployable. And she called me and she said, Teresa, would you come help me? Absolutely. I went and I took care of her. I took care of her dogs. I took care of her house. And I did that for about 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I would go to her house every day for 3 hours and just help her. And I would mop mini floors. And I mean, I learned everything about cleaning houses from cleaning
From cleaning houses.
yeah, from cleaning houses. They had started off with like 10 whippets, those dogs like
Oh, those little yeah,
yeah,
those are cool little
beautiful,
dogs.
beautiful dogs. They had a whole bunch of cats and it was a good time. And then people found out what I was doing and other people started asking me to come clean their house.
Right.
And I was good at it.
So you didn't find the business. The
The
business
business
found
found
you.
me,
Yeah.
yes. So I was a solo cleaner for about 13 years. I
And
didn't I didn't trust anybody to come in and do it with me.
right.
Not that I thought they would steal anything, but I do it a certain way and nobody's going to do it as good as me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. No, we had
Yeah.
Rob on here this morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had we had Rob Boyd who does commercial
Right.
cleaning.
Yes, yes. I pass work to him all the time. He's
Yeah,
good.
he mentioned that, and
Yeah.
he was excited you're coming on the show. Well, so how does I mean what there's a lot of people that clean houses
There is.
and do that kind of cleaning. What sets you guys apart?
Okay, for starters, I'm no longer clean. I'm no longer the solo cleaner.
Right.
After a while, the body starts reminding you that you need some help. I ended up getting in a coaching group called Cleaning Business Fundamentals, and
Ah.
I learned to stop expecting perfection from people and be okay with excellence. And I learned systems and that what I did could be replicated if I would
Ah.
put it in a replicatable form.
Right.
So,
And
and I did. And
yeah.
today I have 6 cleaning techs,
Nice.
Wow.
and I am in the office.
Wow.
And
So
I'm running the business.
you're the boss.
I'm the boss. Yes.
Okay. What is boss spelled backwards? Double SOB.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
don't know. You might. Well, that's awesome though.
Yes.
I mean, I had to get a joke in there somewhere.
Well, surely she's the good boss, though.
Right. Ooh, the
Surely.
good boss of the East.
Oh,
But they don't.
I'm
know
the
that.
best boss. Yeah, I
there it
really
is.
am.
So, do you have people that come into your employ that are starting their lives over?
Sometimes, yes. Yes. I think people don't know what to expect when they come in to start working for Level Up Cleaning, but we take care of our employees. We are an employee first company. I love on those girls. I pay them well
Right.
because if I have happy employees,
You're gonna have happy
I got
customers.
happy customers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Well, that is a great philosophy in
Mhm.
business. I think here's my view of a lot of business organizations is the employee will work as little as they can to keep from getting fired.
Exactly.
And then the boss or the employer pays them as little as they can to keep them from quitting. And then they wonder why it just doesn't work that well. Maybe it works for a time, but it sounds like you've discovered something. What else do you do for your employees? I mean, it sounds wonderful.
For starters, I pay them a very good living wage.
Right.
Um, there's a chiropractor a couple of doors down. They can go visit him.
Oh, wow.
They have hooked up with Terry Regan. We got them
Oh,
all
yeah.
health insurance.
Yeah, there you go.
We found
Yeah.
out it was cheaper to go that way than for me to try to provide something.
Sure. Yeah, we had Terry on the show talking about that issue in our country. Good for yeah,
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
a great one. Wow. So that's a very different kind of place to work. In our from our side, we would call that a different work culture,
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
and so that seems to spread through. And wow, well, good for you for doing that. I wasn't aware that you had turned. You're the boss, man.
I am the boss. I am the
Oh,
boss.
that
And
is
our company culture is pros. We call ourselves pros. Positive attitude, respect. We don't care who you vote for. We don't care. Uh,
Sports
Yeah,
teams.
sport. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We don't care about any of that. Is
Right.
you treat us good, we're going to treat you good.
That's
You're rude to
beautiful.
my employees.
You
Yeah,
got to go.
yeah. Not all money is good money.
You know,
And
there's some wisdom in that. Not all
Yeah.
money is good money.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's something that I don't know. I think more people should pay attention to that.
Yeah.
right. And then
Yeah.
we got O is ownership and accountability.
Mm-hmm.
When we do something good, we celebrate. We're super excited about it. When we mess up, we take responsibility for that and we fix it.
Yeah. Good for
And
you.
and then S is we serve. We serve um, each other. We serve the company. We serve the community.
So let's go
Cool.
back to the pros, right?
Yes,
What
we're pros.
and what does P stand for?
Positive attitude,
And the R
respect,
and the O,
ownership,
ownership. I like it.
ownership and
And the S,
accountability. We serve.
service. Man,
Service.
Boom.
Yes.
wow.
There it is.
I think we got a good one here.
Yeah.
All
I like
right.
that.
So, are your clients aware of your culture at work? Do they know you take care of your employees?
They've got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be some of the best advertising you could do. As a company that takes care of their employees is gonna make sure that they take care of the clients. Yeah, I always thought that, the way we run our financial companies, employees first, because if I have good people out there talking about what we're doing, they're going to take care of the client. And then that
Absolutely.
comes full circle back. So good on you for doing that.
Absolutely. And from a business standpoint, it is very expensive to go out there and hire someone.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
If I keep the good ones in, and we rate people after about 6 months on a scale of A Tech, B Tech, C Tech, D Tech, where they're falling in at as
Mhm.
far as are they showing up for work? Are they doing what they're supposed to? And if we have a C player coming in, I don't keep them.
Right.
I don't keep them.
A's and
A's
B's.
and B's, yes.
So it's not like college C's and D's get degrees.
No,
You want
no.
A's and B's.
I want A's and B's. I want the best. I'm paying the best. I want the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't fit in with our culture,
You don't fit in.
you don't fit in. There's other jobs out there.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you want to find the right employee for the right seat.
Absolutely.
That's what we always said
Absolutely.
in the
in the
Yes.
financial biz. And if they don't fit in and you have to let them go, you're not hurting them. You're actually helping them.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
you're not going to be happy. We want a job. We want a job. I have created a job there that when my girl, I hate to say my girls,
That's all right.
when my techs wake up in the morning, they want to come to work.
Yeah, good
Mhm.
for you.
Yeah.
Teresa McConnell, building a dynasty?
Yes.
Dynasty builder?
Dare we say?
Well, I mean, this is exciting to hear that, you started and you did your thing and now you're developing and now you're building into people.
I read
Yeah.
lots of books.
Yeah.
I have a great coach.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Well, let's talk then about, you got to have obstacles.
I do have obstacles.
I mean, we're all in business and we talk about this almost every day. Like what's been your biggest obstacle and how did you overcome it? And,
So, biggest obstacle in life is I overcame addiction. I have been sober
Oh.
for 15 years, and I'm
Okay.
super proud to say that. I don't mind talking about that.
Our studio audience is proud, though.
Yes.
yes.
That's a big accomplishment.
yes.
Yes. As far as business, my biggest obstacle is me and my perfectionism. It can, it can slow you down. Kenneth, I had a conversation about it. Just,
You want everything to be a certain
want
way.
everything to be a
But-
certain
But
way.
it's your group that said, hey, you have to get over
Yeah, you
perfectionism.
do. You absolutely do.
Do you ever trend towards that perfectionist lifestyle? Because I
Oh,
have,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
killer. Like it doesn't serve anybody well.
It doesn't. And we talked about this a little bit. This is a little bit what we talked about as well, that just finding that point, where you can just get things done. Done is better than perfect.
Yeah,
Yes.
Fire, aim,
something-
ready. And
Fire, aim, ready, man.
yeah,
Right.
I learned that kind of in the software development and IT world, that you just get it in front of the users. The users will tell you if it's broke or not.
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to build something for them to test, That's that kind of deal here too.
All right. So we want to hear a little bit about your why. Why are you doing all this?
Okay. It's a very personal thing for
Well,
me.
good luck. I am a person.
Yes.
Hey.
So my why is obviously I want to have some retirement.
Right.
I want to eventually become an absentee owner and be able to retire. I'm 55 years old,
Right.
so that's my goal. But my real why, I want to change the narrative of who my grandchildren, my children, my great-great-grandchildren, what they think about me when they start talking about Teresa and what she did in life.
Right.
If 20 years ago you would ask somebody, "Hey, do you know Teresa?" They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know Teresa. And it would not be good, happy thoughts that they were thinking about Teresa.
Right.
So when you ask today, who is Teresa? People say, yeah, I know her. That's a good girl. That's a good, she does what she
That's
says.
somebody you can count
Mhm.
on that
Yeah,
makes a
absolutely.
difference.
She says she's
Yes.
going to do something, she's going to do it. So what I want is when my great grandchildren hear about Teresa. And what did she do? She started a business. She changed things, and she showed us no matter how far down the scale you go, you can get up. You can
Mhm.
get up and build something.
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about this country anyway, is that you can start over every day.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of places in the world you can't even start, let alone start over every day. And it sounds like you, Teresa McConnell, have started over
I have started
and you
over.
have conquered some things, and we want to dig into those things. But first, we are going to go to a commercial break with Mr. Kenneth Bockham. Kenneth, who's on our roster today?
Well, today, Cash, we are going to talk about everybody. This podcast is coming from the studio at Elevate Coworking. Our signage is provided by the amazing CM Customs. This show features amazing entrepreneurs from the Tulsa Business Owners Networking Group, and we're sponsored by MFP, my financial plan on the web at joinmfp.com. This show is produced by yours truly, Kenneth Bockham Photography. And with these sponsors at top of mind, let's return to Cashflows, already in progress.
We are back. Thank you, sir. Very well done. We are here with Teresa McConnell, and she is the founder and creator of levelupcleaningtulsa.com. And we're talking about her life story and how she overcame addiction
Yes.
and how she built a company, and not just as an employee, but as a leader. And not just as a leader, but somebody making a contribution and pouring into the lives of other people. And for those watching today that are stranded, perfection doesn't really work.
It does not.
And success is not really pretty. It's just one foot in front of the other.
Absolutely.
So,
Consistency.
so you've built a business, you have 6 employees, and you're busy.
I am busy.
You are busy.
I am busy.
And you have a life outside of work?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
tell
I've
us real
got
quick
those
about that.
grandbabies.
You've got
Oh, I've
grandbabies.
got two beautiful. I got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old grandbaby boys.
Oh, man.
I
Life
hope
is
they
good.
don't hear this and hear me call them grandbabies. Oh, they hate that so much.
Well, hey, just so you know, this is evergreen, and 30 years from now, this will still be
Oh,
online.
yeah.
So they'll be talking about grandma.
Yeah, they will.
That is awesome.
Gammy noir.
Oh, gammy noir. I like it. What about you have hobbies or pets or husbands or? Oh, I mean not husbands, but I'm sorry that went
One.
That
Yes.
went so poorly. I'm so sorry.
So I have a 14-year-old pit mix named Izzy.
Oh,
My daughter just came to live with me, and she got a cat. I have a wonderful husband. We've been married just over 11 years.
wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. To me, that's the good life.
It is.
Really, honestly, your family around you, your pets around you, your friends around you, doing some worthy work. I don't know that there's a whole lot more than that.
It's it's a good life.
Yeah, man, I'm happy for you. That is awesome. I want to talk about this thing you do
Okay.
called cleaning for a reason.
Oh, I'm so proud of that.
And if we need to go a couple hours on this, we will. But I
Yeah.
want to hear about cleaning for a reason. I know what it is, but I want to hear from your heart
Okay.
today as we talk about this. What's up with cleaning for a reason?
Okay, cleaning for a reason is where my company provides free house cleaning for people, men, women, kids going through their cancer journey.
Mm.
And how you get hooked up with that, cleaningforareason.org. Anybody?
I'm going to write that down so we can repeat it.
Cleaningforareason.org. My why behind that is my oldest daughter, Kristen, got diagnosed with breast cancer in her early 30s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was, I don't know the words. I don't want to ever learn all those words because I didn't want them in my head and in my heart. But I remember sitting on my porch just thinking, I'm going to bury my daughter. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever went through is watching my daughter go through that. She ended up having to go through chemotherapy and radiation. She lost her hair. She was, what comes with the chemotherapy, she was puking all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, but the good news is we're 3 years post. and she's cancer free.
Cancer free.
She's absolutely.
Nice.
And the last thing anybody wants to think about when they're going through that with no energy and throwing up is my house clean?
Right.
I wish I had the energy to go wash those dishes. I wish I had the energy to vacuum this floor. You just don't have it.
Right.
It's not there. And so that's why I love going into homes and helping people.
Man, oh man. Cleaningforareason.org.
Yeah.
If you're looking, I think in this life we want to be successful, but I think there's a step above that in that we want
Let's
to be,
absolutely give
we,
back.
we want to be significant.
Yes.
And what an act of significance. I can't even imagine how it makes you feel, especially after.
Oh, I call my daughter every time. We're
Yeah.
doing one of those houses. I think we've done about 20 now.
Wow.
We've been in it for 2 years.
Wow.
I pray there's a time where you're doing 0
Oh, I hope
because
so.
it's gone. And it's a barbaric disease.
Yes.
And having watched my mother go through it, I just continue to pray that we defeat that somehow. But in the meanwhile, you're out there making sure you have lessened suffering, you've increased happiness. And I mean, I don't know, man, you have to feel pretty good about that.
There's just so little you can do when someone's going through that. I mean, there's just so little. It's something that we can provide the help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there one thing you want our listeners and our viewers across the world to know about Teresa McConnell?
I think what I want people to know, one, is I am totally non-judgmental. Even though I own a cleaning company, I promise when I come into your house, I'm not looking at your ceiling fans. I'm not checking out your baseboards or going in your bathroom feeling for dust.
This message goes out to my wife, Katie Matthews.
I'm super easy to talk to, non-judgmental, and I want to make connections.
I think people need to know that it's okay to be who they are.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
maybe they're weak at something.
Yes.
And that you guys can fill the gaps where people are weak.
Absolutely.
Well, that's pretty cool. Anything else you would have people know about you?
I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty amazing. Your story in life, and I want to dig into this a little bit.
Okay.
And, these are not long shows, but they're great shows because people come on and tell their story. And you mentioned earlier in the show that you've been addiction free for 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yep. December 5th, 2008. That's my sobriety date.
December 5th is my mom's birthday.
There you go.
So what a great day for you to have sobriety. We will celebrate this year.
Yes.
My treat, by the way. We're
Okay.
going to go do something great on December 5th. Please write that down. Battling addiction as an adult. I mean, that's a struggle. And I know you had people that helped you along the way.
Oh, still to this day. I've been in a 12-step program.
That's what I wanted to get to. You're still involved.
I'm still involved. I go twice a week. I have a home group, doors open. I'm there. I sponsor other women. I help people get to the other side of this. I am more than willing to talk to anybody about this part of my life.
Right.
It used to early on be a shame thing. I was worried what people would think about me. Now people are dying out there. I don't care what people think about me.
Right.
If anybody's struggling with anything like that, please feel free to talk to me about it.
Absolutely. If you're watching this show and this is something that you struggle with, please reach out to Teresa McConnell. Level Up Cleaning, Tulsa.com is a place you can find her, or cleaningforareason.org. And sometimes you just need to reach out to somebody and let them hold your hand.
Yes.
Yes. And I admire you for doing that. You continue to work in that field because you know what it's like.
I do.
And you know what it's like when people are suffering from cancer.
I do.
Man, can we have the studio audience show their appreciation for that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that. I mean, there's not much. I mean, you share your story openly with people.
I do.
And, one of our great questions is, hey, tell us one thing people would be surprised to know about you. Oh,
There is nothing.
I'm a flamenco dancer.
Yes.
Oh.
And I like.
Wait, is that actually for you or?
That was for me, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like clipper ships.
Wow, a
Yeah,
flamenco dancer who likes clipper ships.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to bring that up on your episode later, I think.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
I want to put that out there. Um, so we want to wrap our show up. First, I want to say thank you for taking the time to come and spend 30 or 40 minutes with us that we could get to know you a little bit. We want to know you. You know, you can't really get to know a company. I can't take Best Buy to lunch,
Mm-hmm.
but man, I can sure hang out with my friend Teresa and find out a little bit about what makes you tick. Is there anything else you would like to tell our studio audience or our listening audience? Do you have a nugget you'd like to share with us?
Okay, so we've been alluding towards my nugget the whole entire time.
And I'm hearing it for the first time.
This is my thing. If you are struggling with anything, whether it be business, whether it be personal, whatever, you've hit a wall, you don't know what to do, find someone who's been where you are and has gotten to the other side of it, and ask them to show you what they did to get there. Do not sit anywhere in life and struggle alone. There's too many people that are willing to help.
That is beautiful. That's in our opening comments. Hey, find somebody to copy off of. Find somebody
Do it.
who's willing to hold your hand.
Absolutely.
along the way.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
You had some mentors growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, several of them along the way.
I had some mentors growing up and some tormentors growing
Well,
up. As I look back,
That too.
I had 3 tormentors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me, myself, and I.
Oh.
And I used to beat myself up because I just had this imagination of what people thought that I wasn't.
Oh.
And then I
Right.
never felt good enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and we've talked a little bit about that, about your past, your history, but I'm excited about your future. And I love everything I've seen about you,
Thank
and I
you.
look forward to our friendship growing. Kenneth, anything you'd like to add today before we wrap this up?
No, I the only thing I got to do right there is just say you got to stop telling yourself those things. Play a different soundtrack for yourself, you know?
Play a different soundtrack,
Yeah.
man. Well, that's very cool. We are here today with Teresa McConnell, and she is the founder of levelupcleaningtulsa.com. You can find them on Google as well. And then she also runs and created Cleaning for a Reason. And what a spectacular thing you're doing.
I didn't create Cleaning for a Reason.
You didn't create
Debbie
it.
Sardone created Cleaning for a Reason.
Well, you're the one here talking about it.
Yes, that's cool.
And just so you know, only 3 people watch this podcast.
That's okay.
And she's not one of them.
Just want to give credit where credit's due there.
Well, but that's awesome. But you still participate.
Oh, yes.
And you're bringing it to life.
I am.
And so thank you so very much for that. And on behalf of the people that you do that for, I can't think of a kinder thing.
That's
Like
cool.
that is just touching when people need help. And so God bless you for that. And
Thank you.
we know that you're a blessing to so many. So we ready to wrap it up here, sir?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, that is a wrap for today's show. We are thankful for our guests and our sponsors who continue to make all of this possible for our listening audience. And, it can be a crazy world out there trying to keep everything together and figure out how to run a business and build a dream and overcome and find new ways and new people and run your life. It's just a little difficult. And I sure hope these amazing people that we bring on this show and these nuggets that we get to hear can give you a nugget of hope and help you hang on one more day. So, Kenneth, let's go out in the world. Let's be nice to each other. Let's do the right thing near the people around us. And let's do one more thing today. Let's go out in the world and forgive somebody who just does not deserve it. Let's make that phone call to somebody that we are estranged from, and let's be the one to say, I'm sorry. And let's be the one to forgive somebody, because I think forgiveness is one of the themes of this show and one of the themes in life that we can all do better from. Forgiveness isn't about that other person. It's about you.
It is.
And it's about dropping. That's a heavy load to carry. And, wouldn't it be great if everybody watching this show could just today forgive one person? So we hope that happens for you. We are forgiven, so let's do that for others. And to my 3 buddies, Dennis, Stu Bob, and Hink Dog, down at the Quick Trip. First, fellas, I want to say thanks for liking mine and Kenneth's posts on a daily basis. And Kenneth, jerky is half off today, and there's a sale on Red Bull. So we're going to jump in the truck. We'll be over there, boys, in about 5 minutes. We're firing it up. Hey, listen, thanks for being on Cashflows. This show is for you and because of you. Thank you for being here today.
That's our show for today. Stay tuned for another riveting edition of Cashflows.